Now, before we leave, okay, you should know this. I times I, is this equal to 1 or 0, -1? What is this equal to? Now, we will be looking at the product of I, J, and K and how not to memorize what their products are equal to. Okay, let me put it in this way. Now before we begin, there's one thing that we should know. I, J, and K are vectors used in 3 dimensions, right? So we have I being in the x plane, I sorry, being in the x plane. We have J being in the horizontal plane or the y axis, and we have K being in the z plane, right? So now we have I, J, and K. And one thing that we also should know is that the angle between each of them is actually 90 degrees, right? They all make an angle of 90 degrees with each other. I know this looks messed up, but just take it that the angle between this is 90 degrees. Okay, the angle between each of them is actually 90 degrees. Okay, please bear with me over here. Now, I cross I. Now, is this equal to 0, 1? What is this equal to? Now, remember, let me label this 90 degrees. Now, remember, I cross I means that I is in the same direction as I, right? And one equation in which you should know is that the cross between two vectors is equal to the magnitude of the two vectors, sine of the angle between them. So I cross I is equal to the magnitude of I multiplying the magnitude of I sine the angle between them, right? Now remember, I, J, and K are unit vectors. That is, they both have a magnitude of 1, right? And since they are in the same direction, the angle between them is 0. Hope you've got that. Now, since the angle between them is 0, sine 0 is equal to 0. Therefore, I cross I is equal to 0. The same also applies for J cross J and K cross K, right? So we've derived that this is equal to 0. Now, let's look at this also. We have to know this diagram, right? Sorry, let me draw it again. No, there's no harm in trying. Okay, I think this is better. Now, let's label um this part I, this part J, and also this part K, right? And let's indicate the direction in which we are to move. Okay. Now, we move from I to J and from J to K, right? What this means is that I cross J is equal to K. Okay, I cross J is equal to K. Now, what happens when you multiply J cross I? This is actually quite simple. I cross J is equal to K, right? I cross J is equal to K. Now we are reversing the direction J cross I. We negate the K, right? Now this is actually quite simple. So now let's take one more example. Multiplying J cross K. This is equal to I. Why is it I? J cross K is equal to I. It follows a particular path, right? Now this Now k cross j will of course be equal to negative I, right? Because we are reversing the direction. This diagram is actually quite simple, and we can put it easily memorize it, right? From I to j to k. Now we know why the product of I, j, or k gives us values such as 0 and negative other unit vectors in the plane. This is Teach Me Maths, and please subscribe to remain updated. Love you all. Bye. See you soon.